Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Wednesday, October the 1st. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Monthly open. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, let's start the month off properly and have our risk management in place so we don't lose more than we're willing to lose on a single trade or during a trading session. So let's take a look here at the monthly. Right now we're 25 pips above the monthly open, 58 off the high, 36 off the low. It was a red news day today. We had the ADP numbers come out and they were bad, shot the pound up. For the week, all the gaps have filled. And you can see we're 81 pips above that weekly open, 58 off the high, 84 off the low. And for the daily, we started inside the opening range for the week. Notice we started in the launch pad at 44, 134.44. We shot all the way up to 135.27 slightly after the news. The news spike was around, I think, around 17 or so, and then it went up later. In fact, I was on the phone with Walmart, and he actually called me. He goes, "Hey, did you get the news spike?" I go, "No, I'm sleeping." And so I didn't trade the news, but then he was saying he wanted to go short. I go, "Well, I'm thinking it's going to hit 25, and it hit 27." So if we look at the year, we're 960 pips above the yearly open, 318 off the high, and 1372 off the low right now. And you can see we're in the body of the previous month right now, price-wise. Notice the inside bar from 3 days ago. We opened above that and stayed above that. We're still in the inside bar from 5 weeks ago. Notice we came close to the top, but we missed it by 3 pips or so. And there's still some inside bar action to be had here looking at the dashboard. The range, 94 pips on the pound, and the Swiss yen's coming in hot again at 210 pips. Notice the dollar yen's 164. And I think that's a respectable second. But the pound did not crack the 100. So you can see here, once again, I think we had the big spike here, and then price hit that, or hit the psychological 25, but did not close above it. And in fact, Walmart was saying we were looking for a close above it on the 20, but we only had one. He wanted to go short. He would have been rewarded nicely. Notice red rats here, feasting, had a few opportunities to take some pips. Pivot trading plan, Bambino said short, go short. The pivot trading plan says near the pivot is a long. Here's the pivot, and it looks like that paid off nicely. We took out the daily pivot. We've taken out the weekly pivot. We still have an open pivot from last week. And we have taken out the monthly pivot on the first day of the month. In and out of that upper wick zone here. We just dipped back in and bounced right back out by a couple of pips. So right now we're at the 25 percentile with 142 pips of range for the week. But let's shift over to the month. because I didn't get to make a video yesterday, so we need to look at the recap. So for the month, last month, 403 pips, 25 percentile. We broke out of the previous month by 132 pips to the upside. We did not break out to the downside, so we had a higher high, higher low for last month. Right now, we've got an inside bar. Once again, looking at the price action here. And it was up here where you can see price only closed above 25 a couple of times, and then it just fell down. You can see here, flip-flop box, magenta, just nice short to be had. And even on the M30, you can see you had a higher high, higher low, but there was a flip-flop box. It broke that low, continued down, wound up with a magenta, turned back around, and you can see here, there's the, looks like that would have been the holo, the highest open right there. Failed to close above that and just came back down. You know, one of the things I was thinking about talking about today was our blindness or blind spot. And I was thinking blindness because if you're looking for something, chances are you're going to find it on the chart. If you're looking for a short, you'll find a reason to go short. If you're looking for a long, you'll find a reason to go long. But the thing is, you really shouldn't be looking for. You should be looking at and finding out, is the chart telling you go long or go short? And that's something that's really hard to do because, you know, for example, you know, we're looking at the rat zone, so we're up here. All we're doing is we're looking for shorts. And so probably when when price hit this level, you know, we had a different rat zone. And then we were looking for shorts, but then you can see here what happened. Price went the other way. So if you're looking for as opposed to looking at, um, and that's really something that's key. And you know, and that's one of the things I like about having the multimeters because I can look at many things and see what they tell me. You know, if you see a bunch of green, probably telling you to go long. If you see a bunch of red, it's probably telling you to, you know, go short or look for shorts. And so you can see right here, we've got a this big gap right here. I don't know if that closed or not. It looks like it may have, but you can see here we had a gap. So once I see a gap, then I say, okay, chances are it's going to get filled. And sure enough, it got filled there. And you can see there was a gap right here, and that one got filled. So let me just double check here. We've got a low of 68.0. We got a high of 68.0. So I guess that one got closed. We're putting in a two ball. You can see we had R3 resistance 706 minutes ago. And there's the rest of the resistance. So you can see here we put in 2 3 balls about the same level here. Looks like we got another gap to the upside. So it's like price wants to go back up, it looks like. So for September, we came in at 403, which beats June. So I don't think we changed, no, the ATR percent for the month. So we were 82, and that's the lowest for the year. October is sitting at 21 right now. Let's see the percentage here. So right now, September closed at 7.43. But we're moving up in October so far, 7.69. Remember, June we were over 10 at one point. So for the month, once again, last month higher high, higher low. Right now, inside bar. Sellers weak control on the monthly. We drop down to the week, buyer strong control. Lower high, higher low, inside bar on the week. We crossed above the previous midpoint and across the pivot here. We drop down to the daily. We're above the upper wick zone. I wonder why I didn't put how many pips there. Update that indicator maybe. We exceeded the previous range by 40.8 pips, crossed above the previous mid, crossed above the pivot, higher high, higher low. So, fellow traders, I think we'll explore the looking for versus looking at. We may have done that in the past, but I think it's something that I'd read something which triggered that memory. So I'm thinking we should probably revisit that topic. Let me know if there's any topics you want to discuss. Walmart is going to be away for a while, so that's one of the reasons we still haven't gotten to do a live session. Maybe I'll do a live session just by myself. Um, and Friday could be real interesting, especially if the government shuts down, because there won't be any NFP, and who knows what the market's going to do if that happens. Like I said, that could be really interesting. Could be a dead market, could be highly volatile. We'll just have to wait and see. They'll probably do a last minute capitulation, but I think it's going to be real interesting for sure. So, anyway, fellow traders, um, I hope everybody's profitable so far this year and continue on this month. And when you sit down to trade or stand up to trade, I want you to always remember and never forget it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.